2000 Shad Derby Gala. My name is Kerry Ruiz, and I am the president of the Shad Fest Bureau. I would like to take this time to thank our host, Konica Business Technologies Incorporated, and Mr. Bill Gombert, Vice President of Community Relations. He wants to catch the game. And I'd like to invite Mr. Michael Rabbit, our past chairman. I won't talk for more than half an hour because UConn comes on in about 15 minutes. So. The Shad Derby now is 45 years old, which makes it the second or third longest running festival of any festival in the state of Connecticut. I believe the New Haven one is longer, and I believe the Southington one is also longer. But we have a great tradition here. And one of the traditions was started in 1973 by one of our past chairmen who's sitting over in the corner there hiding, Roger Olson. Roger was chairman in '73 and also worked for Combustion Engineering, which is what it was called back then, which is now ABB. Not only did he come up with the idea of passing out these pins, which you'll see some of the people walking around tonight wearing, he also came up with the idea that the Shad Derby chairman should wear a derby at the parade. The way you see this derby. This is the original derby. It's been eaten by mosquitoes and gnats and everything else. But the interesting thing about this is every past chairman, and there's been a lot of them, has their name inscribed in here and the date or dates, as it may be for some dummies that have run this more than once, dates of the years that they were chairperson. So it means a lot to people who were past chairmen. Unfortunately, the year I had it, or the years I had it, it's a little too big for me. But Vin Scully's head is so large. We tried to expand this, but we couldn't, so. Irish people have a big head, and I'm Irish, but he's got a real big head. So it's my pleasure tonight to give the 2000 chairman, it's hard to say now, 2000 chairman, his hat. We're going to give him the old one. He's not going to wear it because it won't fit. And he'll wear his, we just had to get a special one just for him. So the chairman, Vin Scully, please. It seems like they always ask the salespeople to sell, and that's what I'm going to be doing here tonight. You've noticed the houses, maybe as you walked in, for the new people who have not been involved with this before. This is the fourth in the series and the sixth house that the Shad Derby Committee has developed. All these houses, the four in the series, there are 750 of them. The first one being the Filer House, and you'll see the rest of them up there. This is the newest one of the series. It's the Windsor Public Library. And on the back of it, it gives a history of the library, when it was built, which happens to be in 1777, by the way, and it was purchased for $4,500, which you can buy a good steak today, probably, for that. So we have for sale, if you've gotten the other ones and you have a number, a specific number, then you shouldn't buy them here. You should get them from the Rabbit Insurance Agency, but no, that's where they all are. It's not a pitch. But if you're new and you haven't had any and you'd like to buy one tonight, they're $17, and they can be purchased over at the desk over there. So, with no further ado, Vin Scully.
Michael, if you didn't mention the hat, you were going to wear it. Mr. Olson started a tradition with the hat. Now I've started a tradition. You're going to have to look at a chairman with heads my size from now on. Before we start talking about a few people, what I'd like to do right now is just introduce the stars of the evening. The Shad Derby candidates, Shad Derby 2000. Come ahead. to these ladies, UConn made the stars of the evening. One of the things in having the honor of being the chairman of this event, and some people say you have to be a little daffy to do it twice, and I qualify for that very nicely. I'm amazed at the cooperation of the various organizations in this town and how they continue on a tradition of 45 to 47 years. What I would like to do now, the members of the committee from the JCs, from the Windsor Lions, Chamber of Commerce, Civitan, Junior Women's Club, Kiwanis, the Rod and Gun Club, and the Windsor Afro-American Association. Could you please stand and we recognize these people who are fantastic. I arranged about 3 or 4 meetings, and that's it. Take a few phone calls. But as I said, I'm a sponsor for many years, and I've never seen this side. And I'm amazed at the cooperation we get. We have some past chairmen here. We'd like to have them stand. Roger Olson, again, who Mike alluded to, started with the pins. Warren Cardone. Walter Whalen is here. Walter used to get an award for playing the longest distance. When he lived in Florida, he was the chairman who came the longest distance to this tonight, and now I think you're the chairman who came the shortest distance. I think have I missed anyone as far as the chairman? I think I've mentioned Bill Chido and Don Tranks over there. Again, thanks very much. We have on the table over there the applications for the ball tickets. Last year, I think, with 12 candidates, we had 212 people there. This year, we have 17 candidates, which I think ties a record for the participation in the Shad Derby. And the Sheridan can only take about 255 to 260 people, so I would say get your chairs in, or your seats, tables rather, done pretty quickly. I'd like to introduce Kelly Littell. Kelly is a 1981 Shad Derby queen. She is the head of the Judges Committee, and Kelly will introduce you to our 4 judges. And then taking care of our judges this year again, for I think the 5th year, is Jules Slepchuk. She's the auditor. Jules is a CPA out of Springfield, and we thank you again, Jules, for helping us. Kelly?
I first want to start by thanking our judges. They've all volunteered their time. They're all live outside of Windsor, have various careers and busy lives, and we do want to thank them for agreeing to be a part of the Windsor tradition for Shad Derby. And also, we'll introduce Cosby in a minute, but I just want to say to the girls briefly, I was in your situation 19 years ago, and I know from experience as well, the parents are just as nervous as you are. As I talked to my father on the phone this week, and I told him what I was doing, he almost got choked up again, not realizing. He said to me it was one of the most memorable moments in my life. I'm very proud of you, and I know the parents are proud of you as well. So enjoy every moment of it because it is a special occasion. I'd first like to introduce Nancy Levine. Nancy, stand for a minute.
I can get up.
And Nancy brings with her Cosby, and the reason she brings Cosby is because Nancy's the Senior Vice President and Director of Development for Fidelco Guide Dog Foundation in Bloomfield. So Fidelco is New England's only guide dog school and is dedicated to promoting increased independence to men and women who are blind by providing them with highest quality guide dogs. Also serves as a Fidelco board member. She also served as a registered nurse at Hartford Hospital in the past, working there for 11 and a half years in the emergency room. And she graduated University of Connecticut with a BS.
Not much older than you are.
That wasn't in there, but you know, you may have seen her walking the streets of Windsor with her foster puppies, And also remember that Fidelco does hold its walk on the same day, unfortunately, as the Shad Derby. So she'll be here in spirit, if not, in congratulating all of the girls and enjoying the Shad Derby day. Next, I'd like to introduce Rich. Anyone And as Rich ran in the door, he mentioned to me, oh, I faxed my bio to Vince, but he lost it. So we quickly scurried, and he gave me a few highlights of his life, which are very interesting. Rich is an administrator in education for the Capital Region Education Council and the Regional Education Service Center. He owns a few businesses, including an automotive dealership and automotive upholstery business. He's been married for 28 years, and he has twin sons who graduated college magna cum laude, which is great, but they still live at home. And they're not paying rent. Rich was glad to get out of the house tonight and enjoy our Shad Derby festivities. Rich's wife is a second grade teacher. Rich himself enjoys golf, and he's a stand-up comedian, so maybe later we'll Thank you, Rich. Next, I'd like to introduce Alberta Key Pace. Alberta? Director of Neighborhood Bridges, an Urban League nonprofit comprehensive social service agency. She's a Neighborhood Bridges, a family center located at Weaver High School, providing tutoring, mentoring, psychoeducational counseling, and evening programs for students and parents. And I know just from hearing her schedule since I've met her 2 weeks ago, she's always on the run, and we appreciate you taking the time to participate in the Shad Derby events. Prior to the Urban League, she worked 11 years as a membership program. Cosby's not impressed with that. We're almost done. Let's see. Oh, she worked for 11 years as a membership program specialist for Connecticut Valley Girl Scouts. And she worked to deliver Girl Scout programs to 18 communities. Thank you. John P. Kelly. John is a district manager at American Express Financial Advisors located in West Hartford. He's currently managing 30 financial advisors, 7 of them which are in their first or second year. So he spends a lot of time training and coaching. So he knows what it's like to mentor young people, which is good. He's involved in recruiting, training, hiring, and supervising of the advisors in the district. He's consistently written over $3 million in TWP while in management. And I'm reading from a resume, again, I received it about 15 minutes ago, so I'm just trying to hit some highlights. He did about, 19 years ago, he said, taught at St. Gabriel's School in Windsor. He was, did you say physical education? Yeah. So it's nice to have John back participating with Windsor. He is married and has a son named Maureen. A wife. His wife would be Maureen. His son would be Patrick and his daughter Bridget. And he's also a member of Knights of Columbus and the Irish American Home. Thank you, John.
For those of you that think that Cosby is a prop, I would expect you to know that he is a UConn fan, and all Georgetown fans, if they would like to come out on the porch with Cosby and I, we'll discuss the game. And I've heard your acts, but don't stand up. Next person I'd like to introduce is Mary Kay Rendock, who is the Queen's chairperson. Last year, as I said, I was accused of nepotism by having Mary Kay is on the committee, but Kerry got her first before he got me. And I figured while we were going to do it good, we'd also put my daughter Elizabeth, Regina, and my wife Nancy on the same committee. When you talk about Queens, and then I'll let Mary Kay come in and talk to these young ladies, this is a pretty good year. for Shad Derby Queens in Windsor. We have Kelly participating in this. We have Elizabeth, Queen in '93, participated in this. I think Melissa Fleming from Renaissance has been looking for us to bring back the Shad Derby over to Renaissance, and I think Katie Breen has just been hired as a former queen to be the downtown coordinator for the town of Windsor, for the downtown council. So these kids stay around and do a fine job. They represent this community very well. Mary Kay, would you like to take over now and help and introduce the young women?
Good evening. I wore heels this year, so I wouldn't have to adjust the microphone so much. I'd like to welcome all the parents and townspeople. It's great to see you all. I would like to extend my greatest of thanks to all the sponsors. With 17 girls this year, it was absolutely no trouble at all to find you, and we appreciate that you support the girls of our community, or the young women. I'd like to also note that almost 50% of the sponsors are first-time sponsors, and that is something new we appreciate. I'd like to thank a couple of people very briefly for their help and generous support throughout the time when we take the girls from their applications all the way to the ball. And one of them is standing in front of me, Mr. Wayne Domkowski. Wayne always makes the girls look absolutely gorgeous, and their pictures will be displayed in town very, very soon. And we'd like to thank Wayne with a commemorative flag. The second people I would like to point out and thank especially, unfortunately Nancy can't be here, but Nancy Kula and the staff of Trendsetter Salon for 2 years now have hosted what we call Beauty Night or Girls Night. They do such an outstanding job. They bring their staff in on a Monday night when normally the salon is closed. They bake, they have cheese and crackers, they have drinks, and they just have a lot of fun with the girls. They get to just absolutely play. They do their hair, they do their makeup, we sit around and we talk girl talk, and we just have a really nice evening. And I'd like to thank Nancy. She just arrived home from a cruise today, and so in her stead is her mom, Eleanor Kula. Thank you. Okay, and as my dad mentioned, I have a really wonderful committee made up of some of my favorite people. My mom, Nancy Scully, one of our childhood and extended family members, Regina Wiggins, and my youngest sister, Elizabeth. And without them, this whole entire deal would be impossible. So thanks, you guys. Okay. I told the judges when we met for dinner 2 weeks ago that these girls are going to knock your socks off, and I meant it. They have been working very diligently on their speeches, and they have practiced very hard, and are very, very ready, I think, to present themselves to you. So with no further ado, I would like to present the Shad Derby 2000 Queen candidates. Okay, here is Autumn Steves, Miss Dale Drug.
Good evening. Fireball is what my friends on the volleyball court call me. The reason for this is because I never give up on the team, even when we're losing 14-0. I get this from my mother. I envy the strength and encouragement that my mother has shown me throughout my life. With this strength, I am in a group called Sexual Assault Awareness Youth Alliance, which may also be called SIA. I'm a trained and certified sexual assault advocate. Not only do I help people through their difficulties, I do presentations around the state with the group to help prevent and acknowledge sexual assault. I also enjoy the sport of softball very much. I was a cheerleader for 3 years, and I am a member of the Young Educator Society at school. My goals for the future are to go to college and study education and social work in hopes of becoming a middle school English teacher. I look forward to the upcoming Shad events, and I thank all of you.
Does anybody know the Jeopardy song? Oh, I was kidding. Too funny. Okay. Allison Johannes, Miss Gillette, Real Estate.
Good evening. I've discovered that helping others brings me great happiness through being in Best Buddies, a club that helps to build relationships between high school and special education students. Being the secretary, I help to organize activities, but also I enjoy working and having fun with the buddies. SAVE, another club that I am involved with, raises environmental awareness in the student body and in the local community. It makes me feel good to know that I am making a difference, whether it is by adopting an endangered animal or planting flowers on the high school campus. Through dance, I have also been able to help people. I have taken Irish step dancing, and through it, I have danced in public, mostly at elderly homes and elementary schools. I have also taken tap, acrobatics, jazz, and ballet, and recently I began to teach assistant teaching classes of young dancers who make me smile. Being someone's friend, making a difference in the environment, and teaching children, all of this makes me truly happy. Thank you.
Tracy Zotter, Miss Four Seasons Landscaping, Incorporated.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Cosby. Who is Tracy Zotter? Well, some may know me as the waitress from Friendly's, or maybe the girl who sang Christmas carols at your door for St. Gabriel's youth group. But there is more to me than just that. I started volunteering at Kimberly Hall at the age of 12. The stories and laughter they shared with me will be cherished always. After realizing how much I enjoyed the company of my elders, I cheered Windsor High School's senior brunch and tour for 3 wonderful years. At the same time, I also began to work with the special education students and helped raise the extra money needed to bring the Greater Hartford Special Olympics to Windsor, at which I still work at. I have a passion for caring for and riding horses, even in 5-degree weather. I think my father caught frostbite once. Sorry about that, Dad. I also enjoy writing poetry, and I love all aspects of theater, especially the acting. To help maintain focus, balance, and calmness in my life, I practice the arts of meditation and yoga. I hope this gives you some insight into who Tracy Zotter really is. Thank you all so much.
Okay. Anita Tulloch, Miss E. Tulloch Masonry, Incorporated.
Good evening, everyone. High school. Closing this chapter in my life this June will open a brand new beginning. Looking back at the past 4 years, I see I have accomplished many of my goals. Maintaining honor roll grades, working part-time, volunteering at Food Share and the Special Olympics, and attending church on a regular basis. Through my experiences, knowledge, and the guidance of adults, I have decided to pursue medicine and major in pre-med this fall at either St. Joseph College or Bay Path College. My goal is to become an obstetrician and open my own practice. I would like to teach women how to care for themselves and for their children. I think helping other women bring a healthy baby into this world will be an honorable career that will be both satisfying and fulfilling. Thank you.
judges are getting this paperwork thing just fine. Took them a couple people, but they're getting it. Bonnie Villanueva, Miss Hairstop.
Good evening, everyone. I will soon be a graduate of Windsor High School. Because education is so important to me, I'm proud to say that I'm continuing on at Fisher College in Boston, Massachusetts, where I'm going to be studying psychology. I hope to specialize in working with young children. In high school, I participated in volleyball and softball. I also worked at Fine Lanes and at Hairstop. Working with the public and being a team player taught me how to get along with everyone. I'm happy with myself because I've become a young, responsible woman. All of my past experiences, both good and bad, have helped me grow and accept the challenges in life. My hope is that I can become successful, not only in my career, but in my personal life as well. I would like to leave you with a quotation that reflects who I am. It's not about fitting in, it's about carrying on. I don't want to be like everyone else. What is most important to me is that I am a good person. Thank you.
Miss Jennifer Price, Miss Mike's Auto and Towing.
Good evening. As a senior in high school, I enjoy staying active in my community and school, playing sports, and working with children. I am a member of the yearbook staff, the Young Educators Society, and the Outdoors Club. I was awarded an art award for painting and was recognized for achieving high academic honors during the swimming season. As the captain of the swim team this past year, we went undefeated for the first time, and it was a great experience for me to be a part of. When I'm not at school, I am usually at work. I work as a lifeguard throughout the year. I love working with children and aspire to be a teacher. I plan to attend Providence College or the University of Rhode Island and major in elementary education. I had fun volunteering at the Special Olympics held at Windsor High and at the Night of 1001 Pumpkin celebration at Northwest Park over the past 2 years. All of the above activities that I participate in at school, in my community, and with children help me stay busy and have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Kathy Wyporek, Miss Bill Seelig Ford.
Good evening. One of my mother's fondest memories is of my first day of kindergarten. I woke up that morning and told her that I was scared and was going to be shy that day at school. I was a very shy little girl. However, when I returned home from school that afternoon, I looked her apologetically in the eye and told her, "Mommy, I forgot to be shy." Ever since that very first day of kindergarten, there have been many instances where I have forgotten to be shy. I forgot at every piano recital I have performed in for the past 10 years, and I forget each time I take the stage to play my French horn with the Connecticut Youth Symphony. I forgot to be shy when I was elected class secretary for 2 years in a row, and this year when I was elected secretary of the Tri-M Music Honors Society. My shyness escaped me as I proudly led the Windsor High School girls swim team to an undefeated season and conference championship as co-captain. And I refused to let my shyness get the best of me when I spent part of the summer in an international relations program at Georgetown University. And here I stand before my mother and before you, ladies and gentlemen, bravely forgetting to be shy once again. Thank you.
Emily Salva, Ms. DeWolf, Real Estate.
Good
evening. To know me, you only need to know 3 words: Spanish, baseball, and kids. These are the things I live for. Spanish has been my favorite subject since 7th grade, when we began with only basic words and phrases. Now I'm in my 5th year of Spanish and looking forward to majoring in it in college. The main reason I have continued with Spanish and not stopped after the required 2 years is because I think it's fun, and I only do things that I think are fun. That is also why I like baseball so much. It's fun, it has no time limit, and there will always be the Red Sox versus Yankees. And it will never be more complicated than 9 men out on a field playing a kids game for a living. It's beautiful. It's as beautiful as kids playing and laughing together. I work the summer in daycare and spend every Sunday with the toddlers from my church. I love watching them play and learn and become friends. I love that they are having fun and that I am part of their lives. That is why I want to pursue a career teaching elementary Spanish, so I can keep the things I love a part of my life forever. Thank you.
They're amazing. They are. They're just amazing. We're very proud of you guys. Just want to say that.
I made a mistake.
Oh my God. No more Jeopardy songs. I heard that. Is ready? All set? Jackie Sika, Miss Windsor Federal Savings and Loan.
Good evening. When asked to tell you what makes me so unique among all these girls, the only answer I can conjure up is my music. I've been a pianist and violinist for 12 years now, and throughout my high school career, I've expanded my musical abilities to also include the French horn and voice. I'm a member of the concert chorale and the vocalist for the Windsor High School Jazz Ensemble. On top of my own violin, piano, and voice lessons, I also teach 16 students of my own who I meet with individually once a week. I have received 2 awards for musical excellence and have just been named the Windsor High School Music Student of the Year. After high school, I plan to attend a liberal arts college and attain a degree in violin performance. While continuing to perform and to teach, I would also eventually like to earn my master's and doctorate degrees in music. I am grateful for these programs which I have been involved in. They have made it obvious to me that music is the direction my life was meant to go. Thank you.
No pressure. No pressure. Really. Take your time. We want you guys to do a good job. Lisa Minot, Miss Windsor Lions Club.
Good evening. Diligence, perseverance, self-confidence. These are just a few of the qualities which I developed through my involvement with the Black Data Processing Association. Since the 7th grade, I have learned and taught a computer programming language as a student member of BDPA. The opportunity to then compete at the national level every year was incredible, but in 1997, the experience was overwhelming. At the national conference in Houston, Texas, my team was victorious in a competition against teams from around the country. This earned us a place in the national spotlight, trophies, and $1,000 scholarships. I have realized that I have a true love and talent for computers. Fortunately, because of my computer expertise, academic success, community and school involvement, I am one of 15 students in the entire state to receive the University of Connecticut State of Pride Scholarship. I intend to take full advantage of a free education and continue my work by pursuing a major in Management Information Systems. Thank you.
Kimberly Stearns, Miss Scranton Chevrolet.
Good evening. In the past, I have been taught many things. Some of the times I've learned the hard way. One thing I've learned that stands out the most is responsibility. In my high school career in drama, I worked backstage as props manager where deadlines had to be met. Besides gathering things like my mother's ironing board, I have also helped put up the backdrops, paint, and drive nails into flats. In my part-time job at Geisler's, I have been given the responsibility of training employees and working the courtesy booth. As co-chairperson of my church youth group, I have coordinated many successful events, such as our famous spaghetti suppers, and planned events for our parish picnic. In the future, when I attend Framingham State College, majoring in communications, I will take these things I've learned with me, with my responsibility, and I will learn from them, and I will learn from my experiences. Thank you.
Rebecca Olson, Miss Grimshaw Tree and Nursery Company.
Good evening. We all know no one is born perfect. Despite imperfections, it is essential to strive to be the best one can be. Because I was not born with a dancer's body, I work with what I have. I must ignore the sting of blisters from point shoes and practice daily. For my 13 years of dancing and performing, including 3 years of teaching ballet, I have achieved self-discipline and passion for the art. I have come to rejoice at the sweat pouring down my face and aching muscles as I breathlessly declare that it went well. I get the same exhilaration from a successful theater performance. I have enjoyed performing romantic leads as well as character roles as president of the drama club and a member of the youth summer theater. The self-discipline from ballet and drama have carried over to my schoolwork. Throughout high school, I have achieved high honors and honors. My motivation and perseverance will help me succeed next year at Drew University when I take on the workload of a psychology and theater double major. After I graduate from Drew, I hope to have a career as an actress or family mediator. And hopefully, by doing my best, I will succeed. Thank you.
Rebecca Todick, Miss Prudential, Connecticut Realty.
Good evening, town dignitaries, Shad Derby Committee, Shad Derby Festival Committee, and families of the Shad Derby candidates. When asked to describe myself, I thought of a simple little phrase that best suits me. Be all you can be. This phrase best suits me because it illustrates my intellectual abilities as well as my physical stamina in school, in sports, and in life. Throughout the school year, I actively participate in many different activities, such as field hockey, track and field, softball, concert chorale, and show choir. I am also involved with the community, and I enjoy volunteering on a regular basis. My plans for the future include attending a four-year college while I graduate and major in psychology. I will then attend flight school, where I will pursue my lifelong dream of becoming a helicopter pilot. Thank you.
throw on the sashes? Next time, promise. Lauren Bielowick, Miss William Ravies Realty, Kokomo Associates.
Good evening. The written world has always been a major part of my life. As a child, titles such as Goodnight Moon and The Little Engine That Could cluttered my bookcase, while paper, crayons, markers, and pencils were in endless supply. When I was younger, writing short stories was a cherished pastime of mine. The Creepy Cave, The Case of the Missing Bicycles, and Pollution in Our Air were just a few examples of my published works. Like a shadow on a sunny day, my flair for writing has never disappeared. My work as co-editor of Windsor High student newspaper, The Tomahawk, and my own contributions to it are results of my ever-present talent. My decision to attend Northeastern University in Boston with a major in journalism was influenced by my fascination of the written world and my gift for writing. Thank you.
We're down to only 3. I bet they're glad. You guys glad? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Caitlin, Kristen. Caitlin McIlvain, Miss Ashley's Distinctive Jewelry and Gifts.
Good evening and welcome to you all. I'm a Windsor High School senior and member of both the varsity softball and swim teams. In the fall, I plan to attend LaSalle College and major in fashion merchandising and also play NCAA Division III softball. I work hard to achieve results and continually strive to improve. For instance, a 7th grade everyday English homework assignment turned into a 2nd place finish at a statewide design and ad contest. Also, I enjoy helping other people feel good about themselves. Working as a lifeguard for the town of Windsor enables me to help young children conquer their fears. Watching a 6-year-old jump off the diving board for the first time into 10 feet of water, surfacing with the happiest smile on their face, knowing they put all of their trust in me, really makes my day. In addition, visiting nursing homes and participating in activities such as bingo and sing-alongs enables me to help the elders in our town. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to Ashley's Jewelers. And again, my name is Caitlin McIlvain, and it has been a pleasure. Thank you.
See, with my heels this year, I don't have to move the microphone around so much. Krista Dillon, Miss Desk Drawer.
Thank you, Mary Kay. It is my pleasure to be here. Like many of the contestants this evening, I have been involved in a variety of activities during my years at Windsor High School. They include volunteering in the community, Special Olympics, DECA, yearbook, varsity soccer, and softball. One activity that I'd like to highlight tonight is my involvement in YES, the Young Educators Society. As the president of YES, I participate in many community activities, including volunteering for food share, organizing the first YES inter-school conference, and working on our book drive, which supports the theory that reading to children at a young age will help them greatly in the future. I am currently interning at Kennedy School, where I assist in creating lesson plans, individual tutoring, and grading papers. My future goals include attending university and earning a dual degree in special and elementary education. I hope to work as an educator at the elementary school level. Thank you.
You guys have to work with her again, you know, you might not want to get on her bad side. Heather Wilson, Miss Bill Seelig Jewelers.
Thank you. Good evening. I've learned that many people can search their whole lives for happiness. I'm lucky. I have discovered what makes me truly happy. Volunteering for causes about which I feel passionate. I have been recognized for my dedication to such causes that I believe in. Through the Seelig family, I have become involved with the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation. At Windsor High School, I chaired a fundraiser collecting money, which was donated to the foundation at the Walk to Cure Juvenile Diabetes, which I have participated in for 3 years. By far, the activity that brings me the most joy is Best Buddies. I am vice president of this club, whose purpose is to match special education students with peer students for 1 year, though the bonds that we make last much longer. We go on trips, participate in the Special Olympics, and in unified sports. I spend 2 hours every day with a special education class. I've learned so much about how students with disabilities function in their lives, but ultimately I've learned about myself. It brings inexplicable joy to see a smile spread across the face of someone whose life I have touched. That is why I volunteer, not for the recognition. I do it because I find no greater joy than knowing that I have touched someone else's life. And whether they know it or not, each one of them has touched mine as well. Thank you.
Unbelievable. Wow. You guys are awesome. I am so proud. Well, now I'm going to turn this back over to my dad, Vince, to bring things to a close. Thank you very much for your support, parents.
I checked with Cosby, the voting was even. I'd like to introduce to this time the MC of the Shad Derby Ball, May 6th, Mark O'Donnell. And I would like to thank Win TV for being here, letting these girls show on television, and also to the Journal Enquirer. So thank you for your participation in the picture strip. Photographer for many years, Wayne Dubois. For those people here who are new to Windsor, including our judges, I'll just read you a little bit of the history of the Shad Derby. Shad Derby Day is known as the homecoming of the spring. It is a yearly high school reunion for those who were raised here, but for a variety of reasons moved elsewhere. What also makes Shad Derby a special time is that the service group, consisting of all volunteers, organize staff, and run all events which proceed and culminate in, quote, Derby Day. Service groups whose sole function is to raise money, just pour it back into the town in the form of donations, scholarships, and social service projects. This type of community involvement is what sets Windsor apart from other towns. The binding of local businesses, corporations, and service groups can make us all proud to be Windsorites and truly make Windsor a great place to live. Thank you very much for coming. One final thought, go UConn.